Let's rebuild one of the worst teams in the NFL, and that is going to be the 2023 Houston Texans. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We're on our fourth Madden rebuild. We've done the Steelers, Rams, and a fantasy draft so far with the Chiefs. So yeah, this Texans team made a massive move on draft night, taking CJ Stroud second overall, then trading up back to number 3 to select Will Anderson and get, in my opinion, the best defensive player in the class, but they will not have their first round pick this year, which I think is going to be a top 5 pick. So the Cardinals, who own that pick, really made out in that trade, but the Texans did get a really good defender in Will Anderson. Now, they have some studs on this team. Don't get me wrong. Laramie Tunsil, Shaq Mason, Dameon Pierce was great last year as a rookie. I like John Mechie a lot, the former Alabama receiver. They have Tank Dell, who was good in the preseason, Nico Collins, Robert Woods. It's not the worst receiving core in the world, and Dalton Schultz, and they got D'Amico Ryans, the new head coach. I do think that this team does have its downsides. Maybe it's in the secondary. Desmond King, I believe, signed with the Steelers. We got like Denzel Perryman on the defensive end. Steven Nelson? Wow. Oh, wow. Former Steeler. Did not know he was on the Texans. So that's kind of a shock. So this team's like maybe not as bad in Madden maybe as I thought it would be. I don't know if they're going to come in last in their division because I think maybe this team on paper is slightly better than the Indianapolis Colts. But I do think it'll be tough for this team to make the playoffs. So I feel like the season goal for this team, I'm just going to leave it at 4 wins for sure. Nothing more than that. So yeah, I hope we're good because we don't have our first round pick. All right. So we've started off the season 0-6, sadly. And I'd be like, oh, we have a first round pick. I could take Marvin Harrison or Fashanu, but no, we aren't going to have our first round pick, which is an absolute shame. But we do have the Cleveland Browns first round pick, and I do hope that Madden has this accurately because I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick up that pick. So yeah, we do have $16 million in cap space as well. Okay, yeah, so we do have the Browns pick. So at least we have some first round pick, and right now it would be in the top half of the first round, which is good. So let's hope that the Browns keep losing, or at least they don't make the division or make the playoffs or win the division by any means. But yeah, the Cardinals are going to have a chance to add like Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison to their team and then possibly trade away Kyler Murray for a decent return. I doubt they would do that in this game though, as CJ Stroud is 28th in passing yards. He's got 5 touchdowns through 6 games and 4 interceptions. Let's hope that he is the franchise guy before I don't know. Let's hope he is the franchise guy. I mean, it's just year 1. We're going to give him a decent amount of playing time on this team. But yeah, we may be a few years away. Maybe we spend, I know that free agency class gets really bad after year 1, so I may just try to spend all my money this year and then just not really spend anything in free agency classes 2025 onwards. So this Texans team went 2-15. That's so bad. As long as I don't see the Browns here in the playoff bracket, let's go. So I see the Bengals and the Ravens, no Browns. That's huge. Damn, the Browns went 8-7. They beat us 38-3 in the final game of the year. That would have helped out our draft stock if we beat them. But yeah, CJ Stroud, 26th in passing yards, 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Dameon Pierce did go get over 1,000 yards, 4.0 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns as well. Receiving wise, Robert Woods was the leading receiver at 971 yards. John Mechie, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. That is pretty solid. There's Noah Brown, Dalton Schultz. Tank Dell didn't do all too much. The O-line honestly wasn't bad. Kenyon Green, who they released, I believe. Jerry Hughes is here as well. 3.5 sacks. Yeah, we got to add some pass rushers. Jalen Pitre, though, 5 interceptions. That's really good. So you have the Falcons and the Ravens in the Super Bowl, and the Ravens ended up winning 24-21. Patrick Mahomes was your MVP. Arthur Smith was your Coach of the Year. Austin Eckler, Offensive Player. Aaron Donald, Depoy. Bijan Robinson, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Deontay Banks out of Maryland is your Defensive Rookie of the Year. Lamar Jackson was your Super Bowl MVP. Our only retiree was Casey Keenum. So Will Anderson could be up to as high as an 84 going into his second year. So that's not something that we have to worry about too much. Maybe we will change our defensive scheme in the offseason. Let's just see how free agency looks and if I make any trades and how the draft goes and who I invest my first round pick in. Dalton Schultz, I'd like to bring back. He's a good rated tight end. He's in our current scheme fit. We might not be able to find another one. We have over $100 million in cap space. CJ Stroud won't be a free agent, possibly even in this video, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. Desmond King, we can act like this is just a free agency signing. I'd like to bring him back on a 3-year deal. Worst things worse, he's our slot corner. Shaquille Griffin as well, I would like to bring back maybe just on a 2-year deal, and he agrees to that. Just getting more cornerback depth. Gonna give Sheldon Rankins a 2-year deal. Let's go. Devin Singletary is a free agent. I'm gonna let walk. I don't need to invest that much money into a backup running back. Because obviously we have Dameon Pierce as our RB1. I wouldn't mind like going after like Joe Alt in the draft from Notre Dame. Just try to get another tackle on the opposite side of Laremy Tunsil. So I'm not going to get Eckler or Mike Williams. Keenan Allen would come to Houston. Christian Wilkins, that would be a huge signing for us. We're going to pay him a lot of money, try to outbid some of these teams around us. Odell Beckham, he's 31. I'd probably move him to free safety, but I'm going to try to get Isaiah Simmons, who does want to come here. You got recently traded to the Giants from the Cardinals. But yeah, we'll see if we can pick him up. I'm not sure if he's going to be the top of his board. Yeah, we are the top of his board right now. That would be huge additions to the defensive side of the ball. Now, if we do look at the receivers, Keenan Allen's 32 years old. I don't really know if I want to do that, but you know what? If I can get him here on a 2-year deal, I would do that. So I don't know if we're going to be his number one offer. He's a little bit up there in age. So yeah, we're currently like right there with Carolina. We'll see if he chooses us over them. I'm going to offer Robert Hunt, who's only 28 years old, a contract as well. Not sure if he'd be like our center or our right guard. And I may offer James Robinson, who I feel like has been cut by so many teams, just a 2-year deal to be the backup running back. He can replace Devin Singletary. So we targeted a bunch of guys. We have our max active negotiations at 5. Keenan Allen, Christian Wilkins, Isaiah Simmons, Robert Hunt, and James Robinson. Let's see if we were able to add any of them. Let's see. So we get Wilkins, Simmons, Hunt, and Robinson. Did Keenan Allen sign elsewhere? Did he sign with Carolina? He did. So Mike Williams is still here. I know he doesn't want to sign with us. I would give Odell a 2-year deal. Yeah, he's an 84 overall. Maybe he regresses a little bit, but let's see. Would not be the worst ad in the world. So, are we his number one deal? We are. So we should be able to get Odell Beckham. Worst things worse, he regresses maybe down to an 80 overall by the end of that contract. It's a 2-year deal, and I could possibly even cut him after the first year. All right, so if we look at the mocks, the Cardinals do have our first-round pick at number 1. Ray Silver, that would be interesting. I guess Jared Verse might not be in this draft class yet, but the pick we have right now is currently at 13, so not bad. Not sure who's going to be available for us. I would have loved Brock Bowers, but he's not falling that far. And we were able to sign Odell Beckham. Let's go. Mike Williams ended up in Detroit. So let's go to the 2024 NFL Draft. All right, so I'm going to send Jose Henry, Joe Alt, and George Moody to my private workouts. It does hurt that the Arizona Cardinals are going to be able to use our selection at number 1. Well, I'm excited for the Cardinals rebuild because we may be able to draft some studs there. And with the number 1 pick, they take Ray Silver. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like Jared Verse. I believe so. As Caleb Williams goes number 2 to the Commanders, I mean, that's a huge pickup for Washington. Number 3 is Drake May to Green Bay, so no more Jordan Love there. 4 is Marvin Harrison Jr. for Justin Fields. Oh my God, that's a phenomenal pick for them. Jose Henry goes to Tampa Bay there. I don't know if Brock Bowers is going to fall. Jacksonville doesn't take him. I mean, the Cardinals could add Brock Bowers here to Kyler Murray. That's probably the move, and they end up doing that. Pats take Jared Stevens there. Brian Gillespie goes to the Seahawks. Dolphins take Earl Richards, and the Rams are going to take Michael Penix there out of Washington. He's going to be their franchise guy, it looks like. So I don't really want to trade away the pick. Oh my God, I didn't even realize Olu Fashanu fell here. Okay, that is a top 5, arguably top 3 player in this class. Wait, I didn't even realize. How did he fall? That's a no-brainer. I did not think he was going to fall to me. Well, that is an amazing pickup. We may bump him to right tackle. But either way, we are chilling at the tackle spots for CJ Stroud with Tunsil and Fashanu there on the outside. All right, so here's the draft recap. We had a ton of draft picks. So Fashanu, Michael Whitaker I took in the second round, a good corner. He's got hidden development. Shane McMillan was a little disappointing, does have normal development. Sean Shivers has hidden. And then we took Kendrick Thomas, Devin Hyde, not a bad center to take in the 5th round. Carl Mooney, Victor Chamberlain, and Henry McDowell. All right, so this team is going to be an 80 overall going into year 2. So yeah, we got Hyde, the 5th round center there starting for us. We got Robert Hunt, we got Olu Fashanu, we got Shaq Mason, and Laremy Tunsil. We got Dalton Schultz. We'll have Odell, Tank Dell, and John Mechie at the receivers, CJ Stroud, and Dameon Pierce there at QB and RB. We got Will Anderson, who's up to superstar development. Derek Stingley, who I guess I didn't really talk about at all last year, which is kind of shame on me, so I apologize for that. He's probably our best corner, and then we also drafted Michael Whitaker as well. We have Shaq Griffin, so I really like the cornerback depth that we have. We do have Jimmy Ward, though, which I kind of thought that he wasn't on the team anymore. So then maybe I didn't really need to sign Isaiah Simmons because I want to play Petrie next year. So we'll figure that out. The linebacking core definitely needs some work on. But besides that, it's not terrible. Christian Wilkins down there, Sheldon Rankins. Like, maybe this team wins 4 to 5 games, which is an upgrade over last year. All right, do our first 6 games We're 3-3. You will honestly take that. We already have more wins this year than we do last year. The Jaguars are 7-0. That's kind of crazy. Jimmy Ward is a free agent at the end of the year. I do want to pick up Derek Stingley's 5th-year option when that becomes available. All right. What? We didn't win a single game for the rest of the year after going 3-3. We went on an 11-game losing streak to end the season. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. That is wild. That is actually wild. So we were 3-3, and then we get blown out by Jacksonville, which was our 3rd loss. Then lose to the Browns by 14, Vikings by 1, get blown out by Denver, Tennessee lose by 18, lose to the Jets by 6, get blown out by Buffalo, Jacksonville. Damn, that's embarrassing. So we did improve from last year, though. We go from 2 wins to 3 wins. CJ Stroud, 19 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. All right, he's not really doing himself any favors. I mean, he doesn't have the worst weapons in the world. Dameon Pierce was solid in the backfield. There's John Mechie, Odell Beckham, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best receiving core. I thought we had a good O-line, though, so I thought we'd have even a better running game. 8.5 sacks for Christian Wilkins, 6.5 for Will Anderson. How many interceptions did Stingley get? He got 3. Let's go. All right, so you got the Chiefs and the Commanders with Caleb Williams in his rookie season already making it to the Super Bowl. So the Chiefs ended up winning 24-14. Jalen Hurts was your MVP, Kyle Shanahan Coach of the Year. I feel like I haven't seen the Eagles win the Super Bowl yet in Madden 24. CeeDee Lamb, Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons, so 2 Cowboys getting the Players of the Year awards. Bo Nix, Offensive Rookie of the Year on the Bucs. Okay. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is Josh Parham, who went to the Detroit Lions. Patrick Mahomes was your Super Bowl MVP. All right, so we do have the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Sheldon Pryor's the current top projection. I mean, I want a linebacker, so maybe we end up trading down, or we take like Rudy Harrison, a corner, or yeah, I feel like those were the positions I was going to take. So yeah, let's pick up the 5th-year option on Derek Stingley. And we'll pick it up on Kenyon Green for now. Sure, why not? So Jimmy Ward did retire as well. I don't think free agency is going to be too special. Joel Bitonio, you got Javarius Ward, who has interest in us and could be an elite corner. Amari Cooper, Zadarius Smith. I mean, we have the money to spend. Let's throw Javarius Ward a contract. I'm going to see if I can get David Long to come here. And he has no interest in signing with us, but I'm going to throw a big deal at him. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, former Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Let's see if we can pick him up. So those are 3 massive deals I just handed out. None of these receivers are really interested in signing with us, so we could enter the trade market if we wanted to. So let's see if we were able to get any of those guys. We got Ward and we got David Long, so I assume Owusu-Koramoah ended up signing elsewhere. Yeah, he went to Carolina. I'm going to offer Ryan Stonehouse the punter offer and Jake Elliott to be our kicker. I'm going to throw a deal at Amari Cooper. I don't know if he's going to accept it, though. He has really no interest in signing with us. So we ended up getting Amari Cooper. Wow. 2 former AFC North receivers in Houston with Odell Beckham and Amari Cooper. We did get Ryan Stonehouse and Jake Elliott. So a pretty good free agency class for us. So going into the draft, I don't know if I'm going to touch O-line. Damn, Dalton Schultz is not happy. Odell is starting to regress, which is why I picked up, I guess, Amari Cooper. The offense is still, I feel like, respectable, even though it hasn't performed. So we're really looking to get outside linebackers or possibly D tackles here in the draft. Wait, Jeremy Petry's up to superstar X Factor development. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, yeah, I hate seeing all that morale, regression. All right, so we do have the number 1 overall pick. We will at least look at the offers if people want to trade up, maybe to take a quarterback. I would want picks in this draft, so I could move down 8 spots and also pick up 2 other future first-round picks from Seattle. And you know what? I'm actually going to accept that offer. We're also going to get a 2027 4th in 2 years and 2 future 7ths as well. But yeah, basically 3 first-round picks for number 1, and I may look to move those first-round picks or at least one of them. So let's see who Seattle takes with the number 1 overall pick, and they take Kevin Mann, the quarterback out of Miami. He was the top quarterback in the draft. So we basically did what the Chicago Bears just did, trading with the Carolina Panthers, going from 1 to 9, and then ended up taking Darrell Wright, and then we know that the Panthers ended up with Bryce Young. All right, so I'm going to take the best linebacking prospect available, Enrique Greer, and I knew that was going to be a really risky pick. All right, well, at least I didn't take him number 1 overall. Ugh, that does hurt. Wait a second. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Did I just have, the 5th overall selection from the Cleveland? Wait, I'm really confused right now. Because it says this is the 9th overall pick, which I thought was the Seattle one. Then who did I just take Enrique Greer with? I mean, I'm looking it up, and the Texans don't have any future first-round picks in 2025. And I don't think Seattle gave me 2 firsts, and I didn't make any other trades in this video. So I'm really confused. And I'm going to take Taj Rosemond here. Now, I'm just really confused what just happened. Now, I'm probably oblivious to what pick I just had. But yeah, I'm just really confused. Because, yeah, in 2024, the Texans have the Browns first and the Cardinals have the Texans first. But I'm really confused what happens in 2025. So many good guys in the secondary, but our secondary is pretty much set. So I take Rashawn Boswell here, probably a reach. I'm just confused where I got the 6th overall pick. I could be really dumb, as Rosemond's pretty good, 75 overall, and so is Greer, even though he doesn't have that hidden development. We got Kenny Jackson there in the 3rd round, Tito Herrera there in the 4th, Ben Reynolds, Sean Hilton, Reggie Law, Parker Binns, Jamon Hopkins, and Calvin Duvall. I'm confused. Unless, like, the only thing I can think of is in that Seattle trade, they gave me 2 first-round picks in this draft. But the Seahawks just have 1 first-round pick in 2025. I wish I could, like, look at, I'm confused. Because I gave them the 1st overall pick. They gave me 9, 10, or no, pick 9 in this draft, and then they gave me 2 future first-round picks. So I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments what I'm blind on. I guess I'm not complaining. All right, I offered Seattle's 1st and Shaquille Griffin for Vita Vea, so we're getting a massive upgrade at the D tackle spot. And then I'm trading my 2nd rounder in this year's draft, as well as 2 future 4ths, so one of those is mine, and then one of those is Seattle's, for Alex Highsmith from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we get a massive upgrade there at the outside linebacker spot, and this team is set. It's a good team. All right, so this team looks really good. Like, the O-line is good with Tunsil, Mason, Hyde, Hunt, and Fashanu. We also have Dalton Schultz there as our tight end, with Rosemond right behind him, who could eventually start by year's end. Odell, Tank Dell, John Mechie, Mari Cooper, Damian Pierce, CJ Stroud. Like, those are some playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. We're going to have Isaiah Simmons, I think actually Petre as our starting strong safety, and we'll have Isaiah Simmons as our starting free safety. Alex Highsmith, David Long, Enrique Greer, linebacking core. And then we got Derek Stingley, Javarius Ward, Desmond King, Sean Sivers, Michael Whitaker, all there at the corner spots. And then on the D-line, I mean, what happened to Sheldon Rankins? Oh, did he? Oh, damn. Okay, Sheldon Rankins isn't there. So we got Will Anderson, Booker, Vea, and Wilkins there on the D-line, which is fine. I mean, maybe we look for an upgrade at the 2nd D tackle spot. Maybe I sign somebody. All right, we're 4-3 at the midseason mark. Last time I saw you guys at a midseason mark, we didn't win a single game for the remainder of the season. But hey, we've already gotten 1 more win than last year and 2 more wins than 2 years ago. CJ Stroud, okay, the passing yards aren't there, but 11 touchdowns to 1 interception is more than fine by me. Damian Pierce is a beast. Running the ball, 4.4 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. There's Odell, Mechie, Cooper, Dalton Schultz as well. 5 touchdowns for Mechie and Odell. Defensive side of the ball, we got 3.5 sacks for Vita Vea, 3 for Christian Wilkins, 2 picks for King, Ward, and 1 for Stingley. So let's hope that we can maybe make the playoffs for the first time in the video. And oh my goodness, we went 13-4. We only had 1 loss since I last saw you guys. Let's go. That is a division win. I mean, this team is very talented, so I shouldn't be too shocked. 13 wins, though, is just a high total. I thought we were going to be around like 10, maybe 11, but 13, we're like up there for one of the better teams in the NFL. I was maybe hoping that we were going to get a bye in round 1 and like we were going to be the 1 seed, but that ended up going to probably, I was going to say the Chiefs, but ended up going to the Bengals. So we're taking on the Dolphins in round 1 and they went 8-9. We're at home. We're probably going to lose to them. That's just how this goes. So let's hope for the best though. 13 wins, so maybe we could be a Super Bowl team. CJ Stroud was 25th in passing yards. I'm just feeling like that's the system itself, but 24-6 ratio is pretty good. Damian Pierce, dog. James Robinson had 13 touchdowns. He went off in the second half of the year. So did Amari Cooper. Let's go. Nothing too crazy in the sack department. 4 interceptions for Jalen Petre and Javarius Ward. All right, so here goes nothing. Can we beat the Dolphins and advance to the division round of the playoffs, or are we going to get upsetted in round 1? Oh my God, we lose 26-20 to a team that went 8-9. 8-9. So yeah, we ended up losing 26-20 at home, man. At home to a team that went 8-9. We lost in overtime. Damn, Stroud, only 183 yards. Tua did throw a pick. Damian Pierce really didn't get it to do much running the ball. 2 touchdowns for Amari Cooper. He's probably going to see some regression next year. We gave up a ton of sacks. Derek Stingley got the interception. So I don't know if we're going to do too much this offseason. All right, so the Dolphins at 8-9 ended up winning the Super Bowl. Is that Madden sim for you? That is crazy. They beat the Packers, who have Drake May. Tua was your Super Bowl MVP. Mahomes won Offensive Player of the Year and MVP. Donald, another depoy. And Odell Beckham retires. All right, that's something to keep an eye on because we may look to add some wide receivers. So yeah, let's pick up Will Anderson's 5th-year option. Jalen Petre does not really want to sign with us. Oh, we have negative 7 million in cap space. Yikes, what did I do wrong here? I was hoping, I didn't think we were going to have a ton of cap space. I thought maybe like $10 million so I could at least just bring back some of our guys. Yikes. Do I cut Laramie Tunsil? I save $14 million. I know I give him a first round pick, but I'd save $18 million if I cut Vita Vea. Oh man, this is brutal. I feel like I gotta cut either one of them. Jesus, Laramie Tunsil's a 94 overall. I guess I'm gonna cut Vita Vea. That is just brutal. I just gave up a first round pick to cut him. Well, that's gonna go down as an L trade from me. All right, so we free up $18 million, which is really now showing that we're, what, $11 million over the cap? Or excuse me, under the cap. So hopefully that's enough to at least bring back our guys. So Jalen Petre, please come back. There we go. Let's pick up the option on CJ Stroud. I would like to bring back Dameon Pierce, but yeah, I don't think we were going to be able to afford him on that deal. So maybe we'll get him in free agency. John Mechie's gone. So yeah, we do have one first round pick, which is ours. I should have probably moved, I guess, our first round pick and not Seattle's. All right, so yeah, we don't have really cap space at all. So let's hope this team doesn't get too much worse this offseason. I will throw a small deal. Ooh, Ronnie Staley, that'd be a sick pickup. Does anybody, I don't even know if anybody offered him a deal, Dameon Pierce. So I'm going to offer him a team-friendly deal. And if nobody offered him one, we maybe should be able to get him back. But let's see. He has, a plethora of offers. All right, so maybe we'll pivot to Tyler Algier. Can always draft one as well. I'm sure Vita Vea is going to get paid by somebody. That was just such a bad move by me. I don't even know if we'd be able to get BJ Hill. Nah, we can't. So yeah, our only free agency move is going to be hopefully signing Tyler Algier. And we got Algier. Okay, huge. So with the 24th pick, we took David Thompson. His grades look pretty good, so I thought he was going to have better than normal development. So since we did trade some of these guys away, maybe I should have cut Alex Highsmith instead. I'm not really sure, kind of looking back on it. But yeah, the class was all right. Not the best in the world, not the worst. We do have an 85 overall defense, which definitely needs to carry us. I'm also going to go to a spread offense. And then a 46 defense as well. All right, so I definitely think that this team is a little bit worse on paper than last year, but let's hope some guys can develop this year. The offense is still okay, but the receiving core is Xavier Hutchinson as the third guy. Roseman might be the slot receiver, so watch out for a big season from him. Tank Dell and Amari Cooper there. We got Tunsil, who's still a 94, Shaq Mason, Hyde, Hunt, and Fashanu. I don't know why it says one of my needs is right tackle because Fashanu's a beast. We got Petre, we got Simmons. There's their safeties. We got Highsmith, Long, and Greer as the linebacking core. Yeah, David Thompson's a 74 overall. The D tackles are all right, but the defense is still really good outside of them. All right, so we end up going 12-5. We won the division. The AFC South is actually pretty solid with the Texans, Jaguars, and Colts there being the top three teams, all above 500. CJ Stroud does not throw interceptions, only 6 this season, 22 touchdowns, 3,400 yards. Yeah, anybody could have been our running back behind this O-line. Tyler Algier, 15 touchdowns, almost 1,300 yards, 4.4 yards per carry. Amari Cooper was great, so was Tank Dell. Taj Rosemond, not bad either. He had 9 touchdowns this season. The O-line, I think, is definitely one of our strong suits on the team. And then here on the defensive side of the ball, Will Anderson, career high 11 sacks, 2 interceptions for Isaiah Simmons, Shavarius Ward, and Derek Stingley. All right, so are we going to lose in the wild card round like we did last year? The Jaguars are a much tougher opponent, in my opinion, than the Dolphins, but we end up winning 31-24. I think our defense is just that good, even though we did give up 24 points. Shout out to the offense, scoring 31. I'm just kind of scared now we're going to face Mahomes. So this wasn't like an overtime game or anything. CJ Stroud, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Same with Trevor Lawrence. Stroud actually threw for more yards. Algier wasn't anything crazy on the ground. I wonder if we got a defensive touchdown. Amari Cooper receiving touchdown. Same with Taj Rosemond. And Sean McMillan, well, would you look at that? I'm kind of interested. So sacks, 1.5 for David Thompson, the rookie. All right, here we go. Chiefs versus Texans, divisional round. It happened a few years ago. I don't know if it was the divisional round with Deshaun Watson on the Texans, and then they blew that lead, and we win 35-14. Let's freaking go. That is a massive win. And we are here in the AFC Championship game. Okay, maybe Madden's giving me some good karma after losing to an 8-9 team last year. CJ Stroud threw 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Mahomes, only 244 passing yards. Maybe our secondary is just that good. Tyler Algier had 5.2 yards per carry. Sean Hilton, the backup running back, 5.6 yards per carry as well. So that's pretty like killer from him. Amari Cooper 5 for 82 touchdowns, a touchdown for Dalton Schultz and Taj Roseman. That's what I'm talking about. We did not give up a single sack from the O-line. And now here we are going up against the Baltimore Ravens, who are 13-4. We got to go on the road at M&T Bank Stadium to go on to hopefully play in the Super Bowl. Please give it to me. Did we make it? Yes, we did. 36-22. I never can really tell. You really just have to look at the score. And we're taking on the New York Giants in the Super Bowl. This is low-key a Cinderella run. David Long had 12 tackles, 1 sack. Desmond King and CJ Stroud were the offensive and defensive players last week. Throughout the season, David Long, week 17. Okay. I mean, like, our defense is average. Like, offensive points per game were 11th, as you can see. My team ranks there in the bottom. And defensive points per game were 12th. How are we advancing? All right, here we go. So we're going to hop into the Super Bowl. We're going to watch it like I always do. It would be nice, but the Giants are 9-8. How are the 9-8 Giants in the Super Bowl? We both have 87 defense. They are better on the offensive side of the ball. All right, so let's see. Can we win the Super Bowl, or are the Giants going to defeat us? Let's see. So we get off to a good start and we score a touchdown. The Giants go down and score a field goal. We get a field goal of our own, and then we score another touchdown. We're up 17-10. Come on, don't choke it. The Giants come back. It's a tie game. No, don't lose this. No, they come and take the lead. No. CJ Stroud ties it up. We're in overtime. Please, we had a field goal. They had a field goal. What's going on? Did we win or lose? I can't tell. No. We lost on a game-winning field goal in overtime. We came back and we scored first in OT. But with the new overtime rules, they ended up hitting a field goal. I mean, that was a fun climax, don't get me wrong, of the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. CJ shot through for 323 yards. Daniel Jones, 385. Our secondary got cooked. We had no run game whatsoever. Stephen Clifford, that dude is a beast. Tank Dell had 11 for 107. Amari Cooper went off. Well, yeah, let me know in the comments which team you guys would rather or want to see me rebuild next. Maybe a bad team. Maybe it's the Cardinals. Maybe it's the Colts. Somebody like that. Drop a like if you guys do enjoy these Madden rebuilds and maybe want to see these weekly once 2K24 comes out. Love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.